And I want to assure you, the explanation of schism I'm going to give you now, it comes from the writing of Aquinas, Cardinal Cajetan, other theologians. This is the true meaning of schism within the context of Catholic theology. As Canon 751 says, as Dr. Jones quoted it quite correctly, schism is the obstinate post-baptismal refusal of submission to the Roman Pontiff and of communion with the members of the Church subject to him. Yves Congar, who's no friend of Archbishop Lefebvre, he wrote the article in Schism in the Dictionnaire de Théologie Catholique, which I think is the greatest work of Catholic reference ever published. And he explained, schism and disobedience are often confused. Every schism involves disobedience, but not every act of disobedience is schismatic. And I'm going to base myself on the authorities I just quoted. Another one I'd like to mention, a standard textbook for those studying canon law, was a commentary on the Code of Canon Law by two American canonists, Buscarin and Ellis. It was standard, I think, in all the seminaries up to the council. Now, the act of schism, they say, is found primarily in the intention of the accused person. The guilt of schism, properly so called, is incurred only when a baptized Catholic intends willfully and intentionally to sever himself from the unity of the Church by rejecting the existence of the papal office itself, by denying that the Pope has a right to command, and by refusing communion with those Catholics subject to him. That is, by refusing to recognize them as fellow Catholics. The refusal, even the pertinacious refusal to obey the Pope in a particular instance, does not constitute schism. But Dr. Jones may care to argue that's not me speaking. That, I said, is I've done some extensive research on it, and that is the consensus of approved Catholic authors on the matter. That one has to intend to sever oneself from the unity of the Church. Now, by no possible stretch of the imagination could anyone say that Archbishop Lefebvre intended to sever himself from the unity of the Church. If he had wished to do so, he could have ordained bishops years before. He needn't have got into these protracted negotiations with the Holy See.